recruiting partner for a data analytics company. And she's going to share a little bit of insight into how her industry has changed during the COVID era. So thank you for joining me. So why don't we just dive in? So what are kind of the major changes that you've been seeing in your industry? What is really affecting the data analytics space right now?
Okay, thanks for having me, Alex. I would say, to answer your question, some of the changes we're experiencing right now, specifically for the company I represent, has been pretty positive.
Awesome.
Data analytics, especially at a time like COVID, is very needed, right? Companies need their data and they need it rapidly. So if you are working for an analytics company where you have products where or platforms of where you can easily grab data from a granular perspective, then it's the time right now for data. So it's definitely needed. Other changes I would have to say is going from working remote to adapting to working from home. A lot of
slight adjustment.
Exactly. Not even a slight. Depending on, everyone's situation is different, right? If you can be married, partner who also has a very important role, and then you may have kids, or you may have siblings, or whatever the case may be, everyone's situation is not the same. You can live in New York City in a very small apartment in a shoebox, and it's like, where can I take my Zoom meetings? Where can I have this, very important call while not being disruptive to my neighbors, or while still being professional at the same time? So I would say having to adapt, adapt from working from home and working remote, and making your home environment conducive to your typical working lifestyle, and being able to create a daily routine for yourself while working from home. All these different changes are very critical, and adapting isn't the easiest thing for human beings. Right. So having to consider that aspect, and then with the pandemic that's happening outside of your home, or for some people, in their homes, having that, and just having all these different attributes around you happening all at once, is definitely a change for all of us. And then for some individual, having to experience layoffs due to COVID, it's affecting everyone in different ways.
Absolutely. And do you feel like some of the changes that you've seen, like a mass need for analytics professionals or engineers, will that be sustainable after COVID is over?
I strongly believe that analytics will continue to be needed in the future, especially being that our future is AI, our future is robotics, our future is machine learning. So if you're in the technology space, and if you're in the data analytics space, that's our future, and it's needed right now and for our future going forward.
So what are some of the misconceptions that a newcomer into the data technology field may have?
I would say, it's funny because a lot of times when people think tech company, they think, oh, you have on jeans, you have on holy jeans, you can wear a hat, you can work from home, you're working in a really cool office, and
there's a nap pod everywhere.
There's a nap pod everywhere, you're being creative, and you're working with like-minded people, and it's just awesome. It's all of that and more. It's literally all of that and more. You will be challenged. It's a lot of work. Especially depending on the company you work for, and I can only speak for my company. We hire some of the smartest engineers that are out there, and of course we provide an environment where you can create. We provide an environment where you can collaborate, but it's still work. You know what I mean? You still have goals that you need to complete. You still have metrics that you need to meet. you still have expectations, your own individual expectation, your own department expectation, and overall company expectation as well. So though, you know, we may put all these fun events or cool pods and have all these, you know, creative ideas, it's still business. It's still business.
It's a work hard, play hard sort of industry.
Exactly, exactly.
And
but it's still fun. It's still fun. You know, if you're an engineer and you love technology, you love working on innovative projects and learning new technologies and working on the newest robotic machine, or trying to figure out or solve problems within machine learning and AI, like that's the space to be. If you love to be challenged from a technical perspective on a daily basis, that's the space to be in.
What's the best advice that you can give someone who's really trying to penetrate that tech space right now?
I would say definitely utilize your network for sure. You know, we're all connected. You know, the tech space, believe it or not, it is a small space, right? We know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone, right? We're all connected. And hello, we have LinkedIn, right?
Absolutely.
So I would say, you know, definitely do your homework in the company. Reach out to anyone that may be connected to someone within the company and say, hey, I'm interested in this role. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Or hey, can you refer me in? And once they refer you in, follow up. Hey, how is it going? And also see if you can reach out to specifically to someone within the talent acquisition team just to see where you are along the process. So definitely utilizing your network as much as possible.
Your network is your net worth.
Exactly.
For sure.
Your network is definitely your net worth. In addition to that, I would say if you're looking to you know, tap into the technology space, but you're not necessarily currently in the tech space, you know, again, definitely do your homework on, you know, the company, the space. You know, right now there's a plethora of trainings that you can actually complete right now, or there's numerous certifications that you can actually complete. So try to position yourself to be successful and position yourself in a way where you can actually get the job, right? And have no surprises if a company asks for you to complete an assessment, a take-home assessment, that may take a couple of hours or they give you a couple of days. You know, definitely don't be surprised. It's common. All across, you know, the technology space, to be able to kind of prove your skills, and definitely don't be surprised, because I know from my experience, I know I have even friends who are in other industries who may have an interest in working in a company that either have a technology platform or a company that's a little bit more innovative. And when they're given a take-home assessment, they're a bit taken by that and kind of like, what? Like, this is what the interview is for. Well, it's actually part of the interview as well. You know, before we can get on the call, prove to me that, you know, you're capable of coding in a specific language, or prove to me that your writing skills are, you know, and in a level that we're looking for. You know what I mean? So it's like all of these things just before you're able to get on the phone with someone. So definitely do not be surprised.
Absolutely. And that's something that a lot of industries are doing, and it's not only testing your capabilities, but it's also testing how well you'll do in the environment, how well you'll do on the team, the culture.
Exactly. So it's not just technical, good point. Personality assessments as well, to see how well you interact with members of the team. So those are all things, you know, we should definitely familiarize ourselves with and expect now and going forward.
Excellent advice. Thank you so much. Wonderful advice, literally from the source.
That's what I'm here for.